Coming up on this week's episode of Punt Long, absolutely shite journalism. What's up with that? What's happened to Burnley? Juventus player Douglas Costa is featured on this week's Bellend, and the usual chat about Dunfermline Athletic Football Club. Enjoy! So, as I said, absolutely shite journalism. What's up with that? Folk have been paid for centuries to be journalists, and especially these days there's so many of them kicking about that you'd think they at least would do a bit of research or at least make their articles a bit credible due to that being their profession. And I know there's many good ones, there's many good journalists out there, and I'm not tarring everyone with the same brush, but obviously when you see a terrible article you're going to remember that probably more than you're going to remember good ones, because even as Scottish people we see negatives in everything. People go through college, uni, training to get into these positions to be journalists, all in an effort to make content like this. And this, utter shite. The first one's literally just a complete contradiction in himself within a space of 2 days. On the 13th of September, he tweeted an article that he wrote himself claiming that Harry Kane will prove that he doesn't need a rest by playing Liverpool, and obviously playing well enough to prove that the World Cup didn't harm him at all and that he'll come back firing on all cylinders in the big games. Liverpool beware, he said. Just over 48 hours later, Spurs looked knackered today. Maybe a coincidence, but 7 of their starting team reached the World Cup semis. Only one Liverpool starter had a full World Cup. Might explain why Liverpool had got off to a flyer this season. I'm sorry Mark, but you're having an absolute giggle. Now, the second article. For Christ's sake. You should have called David De Gea. Alexis Sanchez drops huge bag of Doritos on his way out of Tesco. Who cares? Honestly man, this article's filled with utter shite that you wouldn't even bring up with the local bin man for conversation. Basically, man drops packet of crisps outside a shop. Man picks up packet of crisps and gets on with his day. Article written by Sportsmail reporter. He's too ashamed of the article to even name himself in the article. But it's a day's good work. And then finally, this shite effort. Jimmy Dunn insists Hearts can win the league and keep improving. They're talking about Hearts player Jimmy Dunn, and he's claimed that Hearts can keep improving and win the league title this season. But the man in that picture is Callum Morrison. It's no rocket science. Gotta go that off my chest. Next up, what's happened to Burnley? In recent seasons they've kind of become the Mr. Dependables of the English Premier League. Always punching above their weight, but doing it in a style that you respected because it was their own style and it got them to where they needed to be. And last year it got them into European football for this season. In a way they've kind of become a team that you love to hate just simply due to the fact that they've done it in a way that no other team really has on a consistent basis, especially when it comes to English football. Fast forward to now, and they've not won any of their last 18 games within a 90-minute period. And even in their Europa League run, it took them until extra time after the second leg to really beat Aberdeen, and even then it was kinda just a bit flattering for them because they didn't really perform that well over the 2 legs. Aberdeen were by far in the tie up until the extra time came when their legs just kinda gone. So Burnley have really kinda flopped so far this season. But what's the explanation for it? Was the Europa League one step too far for them this season? Is the quality of player just not enough to get them challenging once again? One thing's for sure though, still playing Phil Bardsley in your team in 2018 in the English Premier League is going to get you nowhere. Will it get any better for the Clarets this season, or is a surprise relegation looming in the near future? It's that time of the week again when we do the part of the episode called Juventus player Douglas Costa gets the spot this week with some absolute dodgy Bellend behaviour. Headbutt attempt number 1. A late tackle. An elbow to the guy's face. Headbutt attempt number 2. And a spit right in the kisser. Classy stuff for your man Doogie. In the past week he's gotten a lot of stick for this, and rightfully so. I'm not necessarily going to slag him off for it. This might seem quite a light-hearted Bellend. But come on, really, it has been a massive Bellend here. Imagine if I just went up in the street and started having a fight with a local newspaper boy, started shoving him, and because he's delivering the wrong paper to me, I spat in his face. Anyway Douglas, enjoy the accolade my man. And as usual here on Punt On, we're going to go full circling back to my team Dunfermline. Well, Allo at home didn't go to plan at all, did it? I didn't want to talk about it lads. We had a wee reserve game on Monday though. I was there and you could say it was slightly eventful. Willow Flood turned up. Tom Beadland scored on his return to action. We got through to the next round of the cup, which was obviously the most important thing, but something that's just about as good as I got a picture with a Good Guys FC member. Cheers Stephen. Oh aye, by the way, speaking of Good Guys FC members, did you see what good guy Bobby Firmino did last night in the Champions League? Scoring a last minute goal at Anfield can't be bad, eh? Go on, son. Anyway, Dunfermline, Morton away this weekend. I'll be there. Honestly, I really put myself through it with this club. Not confident. And that's it for this week's episode of Punt It Long, guys. Cheers for watching. If you did enjoy, please give it a like, comment down below anything you thought about what I've said, and subscribe for more of this type of content. And until the next video, which will be Pars Roundup on Friday night, hopefully, depending on if I get the time to record it, I'll see you then. Cheers, guys.